President Obama, good evening. This afternoon I learned that there were openings for judicial positions in the Ninth Circuit. This perhaps explains the unusual and confusing rulings I've experienced recently. After 7 years of litigation, starting with lawyers and continuing pro se, I believed I was finally going to receive an opportunity to enforce my rights under the law. My day in court to show how the violations of this Wall Street banking behemoth committed 8 years ago cost me my home of 26 years and my home-based residential fire sprinklers business. Since my eviction, I've attempted to enforce my rights under the law. They want to prevent me from obtaining a hearing because the facts are undeniable. Thus far, they've been successful. On February 26, 2009, I filed for a petition for a writ of mandamus, asking the court to enforce 11 U.S.C. 362K. Then, on March 10, 2009, I mailed my appellant's opening brief. On Friday, March 13, 2009, I received electronic notice that the court had denied a motion made in November of 2008 to proceed without fees, which I do not have. The court ordered that $455 be paid to the district court within 21 days and proof be made to the court in case 08-56599, Lozine v. Chase. The court further ordered that motions for reconsideration or new evidence motions would not be entertained. In days of the past, if you were to walk into the bank that held the note to my home and showed the manager how I could not obtain a new loan because of errors and violations of the law that his bank had made, he would likely start off with an apology and as fast as possible would make things right. Probably hoping I wouldn't get a lawyer, and I probably wouldn't. Now, however, with Wall Street bankers using my note as security, they take a deliberate strategy of delay for any lawful mandated right to a hearing that I enjoy. Apparently, they have determined this is more profitable than doing the right thing, doing the lawful thing, and the thing that is fair. In this case, however, it seems like it's a war of attrition, corporate profit being a greater value to the bank than the trampling of a fellow citizen's rights trying to enforce his rights against their profit-centric enterprise. Since 2003, I have fought to the Supreme Court twice. It has been a tremendous effort and an education. Government enforces criminal law, but civil law is left to plaintiffs and defendants. And when the citizen relies upon the law to protect him, he must be given the judicial forum to make his case, show his evidence, and have the facts judicially inspected. The court perhaps has denied it, perhaps because I do not have an attorney, or perhaps some metric was met that has effectively denied my civil rights. If any pleadings were read, it could not be overlooked that I had lost my home of 26 years because of the violations of law made while these bankers were in pursuit of their enterprise. I suffered consequences. The pleadings have become more concise. See www.firesprinklers.us. If the pleadings were not read, how could it be determined that the case was, quote, appeared to be filed frivolously? The room I have now at my nephew's house has given me my first place that feels like home since I was evicted in 2003. And have not been able to gain my lawful hearing. I am somehow consumed with all of these events, while the bankers at Chase spend only corporate profits to tarry this time away. My attempt to operate a business was torpedoed by these bankers, and now it's a war of attrition for Chase to stay out of court. When a citizen needs lawful protection from the financial superior and his rights under the law are delayed by the financial fortifications of his opponent, he must be able to enjoy legal redress. After all these years, the attorney for these bankers have been able to keep this case out of court. Mr. President, this has become the main focus of my consciousness. As I fight to enforce my rights, I see fellow citizens experiencing the same sour fruit of these bankers and feel empathy. This denial of basic civil rights, AIG-type bonuses, and self-interest has to stop. Integrity, honesty, and respect for the rights of others should be considered more valuable than profit. I urge you, as Chief Law Enforcement Authority, to enforce the law and intercede in my case. Thank you very much. Good luck, President. God bless America.